Okay, I am doing something completely different on this channel, and right now it's in its experimental stages. I'm just trying to see how well it works, and by the time you see the thumbnail, you already know, kind of have a guess on what this video or this series will be. So I did post something on Twitter. I think it was early this week or something like that. I think it was earlier this week, a little back into last week, where I made a post. I put it up saying that I am going to start doing a manhwa, manga, and webtoon recommendation series. So I have a lot of series in those three categories, which I want to share with you guys. By doing so, I'm going to give you like the summary synopsis of it, and I'm going to try my very best. Even if I can get one or two people to start checking out these series, then that's good enough for me. I did my job, okay? And the only way this series can end is, I don't know when it can end, because there's always new series out there. And even if these works have already multiple chapters, from 10 or more chapters, there are still many of you out there looking for something to check out and read. Whether you stick with it, whether you drop it or you wait to pick it up, that's the whole point of what this series is going to be about. So today, this series, this particular work, today I'm going to introduce to all of you this manhwa webtoon, manhwa, by the name of, and let me look at it again, I Shall Kill That Sweet Devil. And it is created by the authors. You know what, I'm not gonna even try. There will be a screenshot somewhere here on the videos for you guys to see it. It is on Tappy Tunes, I believe. You guys can read up to there. They have up to, I think, 38 chapters or 39 if I just last checked. This series. Do mind on how I'm trying to structure everything, because I'm still working my way out as I'm going to go through multiple videos doing this. Again, this is a series, but starting off with this one is hot. This one is hot because this series has me really in my head, because the genres is obviously romance, drama, reincarnation, and it is psychological, because it is a pretty messed up story. So if some of you are kind of uneasy when it comes to psychological stuff that also deals with drama, things that deal with manipulation, incest, it's not really incest, but I can understand why some people say that, then this series may not be for you. But for those who probably have heard the name, you know, going online and anything, and want to check this series out, then please do, but do read at your own discretion, because it's not easy. Okay, so I'm just gonna read the synopsis here on my sister's iPad. I just stole it from her real quick. So the summary, the synopsis is: Chloe Garnache, I hope I didn't butcher her name, is an alluring trap for the Emperor. After living a full life of abuse at the hands of her family, Chloe is finally free from her torture by the Grand Duke Kairos Ludwig. However, her days of taking advantage of getting, what is with my English today? Her days of taken advantage of are far from over. The only reason Kairos took her in is because of her beauty, which he plans to use in order to lure and kill the Emperor. I'll get into that in a little bit. Chloe willingly followed Kairos' orders, having fallen for his kind and gentle gestures. Ladies, sometimes playing the good guy is not all it puts out to be. Unfortunately, her feelings are never returned, and she is met with a pitiful death once her task is fulfilled. But just when things seem to be over, Chloe awakens to find herself back before her life came spiraling down, and this time she won't be swayed by the sweet words of the devilish Grand Duke. And they do have warnings saying that this comic contains suggestions of incest and abuse. Now, for everyone that might say, oh, incest, He is her guardian. They're not blood related at all. To just a little bit more details into the story, Chloe, she grew up basically poor. It was just her and her mother was just trying to find a better way for her to live. And of course, the family that took in Chloe abused her from young. Okay, they treated her worse than that of a dog. Okay, like, this poor girl was tormented from a young age. But the one thing that made her stand out from everyone else is her physical appearance. Like, this is the girl that one look at her and you fell in love with her. Okay, she can woo anybody with just her looks alone. And this is where Kairos comes in. Now, if you're wondering who the emperor is, his name is what is his name again? I actually forgot his name. One quick second. Okay, so I found his name. His name is Raymond the Asteroid. Okay, he is the emperor. He is actually Kairos' brother. They're half brothers, okay? And as the summary stated, Kairos wants Raymond's seat. He wants to become emperor. So how does he do it? He takes in poor little Chloe. What happens to her family that took her in, I can't really go into detail of that because I want to keep you guys enticed, but I'm gonna have to try to give you vague details. I can't really go too much into it, but he takes her in, he raises her, and along the lines she starts falling for him. Mind you, he tells Chloe, at least I can give you this, he takes Chloe in and he's telling her, don't call me mister, don't call me anything, call me uncle. Okay, right then and there, that's red flags. Because why do you want this young girl to start calling you uncle? You guys are not even blood related. Okay, but Chloe, desperate for love, falls for it. And he sees how naive she is. He sees how desperate she is to please and to just have someone care for her. And he uses that to his advantage. Because one thing that stood out, again, like I said, is her beauty. So knowing him and him wanting power, prestige, just overall what he deems to be his, he grooms Chloe up. Okay, he grooms her that one day she can seduce the emperor and then through that betray him and then take the throne for himself. Like, the manipulation that this man Kairos does to Chloe is so nauseating, but that just tells you that what the author is doing, it is working. Okay, it is such a good story because by the time Chloe reincarnates, after everything that has happened, I just want to say the prologue of everything that was happening up until her reincarnation is quite long. It's like about 15 or 17 chapters long, but it's actually worth it moving forward. It's worth it in the sense that you can see everything from the day Chloe lost her mother, the day she was taken in by her other family, and then taken in by Kairos, to the downfall of the emperor. It is well worth it. Okay, because by the time Chloe comes back, she remembers everything. Okay, and to see her revenge start to slowly fall into place it's astonishing. Okay, this story, it can probably trigger some stuff for some people, so like I said in the beginning of the video, please do read at your discretion. There are some things that makes you it makes your skin crawl. I wouldn't say it's on that same line as, say, killing, stalking or something. No, this is more psychologically based. Okay, and yes, there is romance. There is toxic romance, and then there is, you know, the lovable, nurturing, caring type romance. It is those type of romance that's going to happen, but it's just the way the author developed each character. There's not a lot of characters. There's of course the main female character Chloe, and then there's the two main leads, Kairos and Raymond. I have to remember, I don't know why I want to call him Rachel, but Raymond. Okay, and how each person influences the other. okay, and what it means for Chloe's character, because she is manipulated, she was groomed, she was gaslighted by her uncle for his greater goals, for his own greater good. And then, as the summary stated, he threw her to the wayside once she was done. When she was no longer of any use, he threw her to the wayside for his goal. Okay. And I don't know how much praise I can give to this story, because not a lot of stories can get that out of me. Okay. But I love the fact that the author was able to portray the emotions in the most human way possible, to the point where it's just like, these feel like real people, and you're just watching their story unfold, and you're feeling sorry for certain characters. Other characters, you don't know how to necessarily feel. Like, one minute you want to rip them apart, the next minute you're just like, that's how this story really is. And I can only hope that going forward, if they keep this same type of energy, the same type of pace that they had since the beginning, the prologue of the story going forward, I can say this is going to be one of the top manhwa reincarnation romance stories out there in this time, 2022, going forward, because this is definitely worth something reading. This is actually a really good story if you want to sit down and start chatting with people in terms of like what it means to fall in love, what it means to become vulnerable towards people who you think has your best interest, but they really don't, what it means to betray those who actually means well for you. You know, it has all of that, and it's only like 30 something, almost 40 chapters in, and I can only see it getting better from here. So hopefully in other words, if I have to sum it up, I keep telling my sister, I keep telling my friends, this is basically like a novella on crack. And I haven't watched a novella, but from what I've seen, the few clips and things I've seen over on the internet over the years, it's like that, but a whole lot worse. But the end result is going to be definitely worth it. Chloe getting her revenge, and you do feel sorry for Chloe. Like, at one point you might think, you know, she should have known what she was doing, but when you realize, like, she was young when she was used, and she couldn't really necessarily know better, because on one hand she probably knew some things were wrong, but because of that toxic relationship she had with Kairos, aka her uncle, aka her guardian, it was very difficult for her to kind of break free mentally wise. She was trapped mentally until the reincarnation starts happening. And even then, that's what I love, showing that she knows all of this, and it's a constant battle to better herself, to heal herself, you know. And I think we, in this day and age, 2022, a lot of us are probably in that process, so this story might hit deeper for some of us more than others. But if you're willing to read it, again, there are some triggering actions, emotions, themes in this story that, if you're not okay with it, is fine not to read it. But for those who want to really get into the story and to be able to analyze it, to understand the characters' motives and everything, then this is definitely the series for you. So guys, do check out I Shall Kill That Sweet Devil. I think that was the name of it. Please do, let me double check if it's that. Yeah, I Shall Kill That Sweet Devil. Please do check it out. It is on Tabby Tunes. I'm gonna leave the link in the description box so you guys go check it out from there. Please support it, okay? Support the creators the best way possible. Hopefully I entice at least even one of you to go check out this series. This is actually one of my currently right now, it is one of my favorite stories to read currently right now. I don't have it in ranking, but it is definitely a story to actually go and check out. So those who are currently reading, do tell me how you feel about this series. Don't go too much into detail, because we don't want to kind of like spoil anything for any potential new readers, but do tell me on how you feel, and do tell me if you are one of the potential readers who are going to check it out. And then, you know, you can come back here or on Instagram, Twitter, the links are in the description box, and you can tell me how you felt about this series, okay? I'm Kimmy-chan of Anime Legends, and I will see you guys later. Bye! With